Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon, and we're going to talk about cancel culture. We're going to talk about Vic Mignogna. For those of you who don't know who Vic Mignogna is, we've talked about him here and there on the channel. He is a very well-known anime dub actor who was accused of inappropriate conduct. Let's put it that way. 3-ish years ago. I think it's been about 3 years. And he wound up losing his job at Funimation, Rooster Teeth, pretty much got blacklisted from the industry based on allegations, not unlike Johnny Depp. The thing is it's been 3+ years, and Mr. Mignogna, as far as I know, there hasn't been any, smoking gun, any kind of, concrete evidence that he did the things that certain people, certain former friends of his said that he did. There have been a lot of stories, but I haven't seen a smoking gun. So he's still been more or less kind of blacklisted from the larger anime industry, despite being one of the most popular voice actors of the last, decade or two. Just for starters, he did Edward in Full Metal Alchemist. He was Broly in Dragon Ball Broly. And now it looks like Anime Matsuri is starting its own dub studio with Vic Mignogna involved, and they've actually got the rights to a couple of anime movies, which I think is really interesting. I mean, this is really interesting. And I want to talk about the bigger story here beyond Vic Mignogna, right, is the cancellation of cancel culture. It's been happening at a very shocking rate. It really has. It's almost like cancel culture is being blown out as fast as it blew in. And it did. It sideswiped a lot of people, came about 2017, 2018. And a lot of people were trying to cancel people based on their politics or based on stupid shit they said 10, 15 years before, or, not using proper pronouns or whatever the infraction was. Usually it was a very minor infraction. Lots of accusations of people being inappropriate. John Lasseter got fired from Disney and Pixar for being quote unquote inappropriate. Now he's over at Skydance making movies that seem more like Pixar. Another person who didn't get canceled. And I think what is going to happen is, in the case where people are innocent of the charges against them, where it's been proven that, it's not true, like Johnny Depp, that their cancellation is going to get walked back, and it's going to get walked back hard. And then the next thing you know, we're going to have people clamoring to work with certain individuals again. And, the cancellation attempt will go down the memory hole. And in some cases, like we're kind of seeing in comics right now, we're seeing that some of the people that have tried the hardest to cancel others are now themselves on blacklists because they're difficult. And, some of them have been lying, and they've been trying to destroy people's careers over nebulous allegations. So we're going to talk about this very interesting situation. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 272,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. We do talk about the anime industry. Again, we are not a Vic Mignogna channel, but we have talked about the situation because we got dragged into it. We got dragged into it by an Anime News Network editor back in 2019. I actually was out of the country at the time, and I did not realize that one of their editors was literally calling us Nazis. Calling us Nazis because we were like, hey, Vic Mignogna got fired, but we can't really figure out why he got fired because we don't see any evidence that he did the things that people are claiming he did. In fact, he's saying he didn't do them, and in fact, Anime News Network fabricated evidence to make it look like he was creeping on some teenagers, and that wasn't actually what was going on. Now, again, I don't know Vic Mignogna. I've never actually met Vic Mignogna. I don't know what has or has not gone on at various conventions. I have no idea. I'm just saying from where I'm sitting, I have yet to see a smoking gun that he has done any of these things. If somebody can give me some concrete evidence to change my mind, fantastic. I haven't seen it. I've seen a lot of Twitter bitches complaining about Vic Mignogna, coming up with stories about Vic Mignogna, but not actually providing proof that he did these things, right? So Anime Matsuri has benefited greatly from Vic Mignogna's still very active fandom. I mean, look at this. Anime Matsuri, what was this, last year? Look at the line for Vic Mignogna. Conventions that actually bring Vic in, or other canceled personalities like Gina Carano, they tend to do very well. You know, you're not going to see Vic Mignogna or Gina Carano in like Portland. I can almost guarantee you that. But, you know, the shows that actually will bring these people in do benefit greatly from it. And Anime Matsuri has been in his corner pretty much since the beginning. So now, according to Sarah on Derezzed, do you guys know we have a blog, Derezzed? It's part of Clownfish TV. It's derez.clownfishtv.com. There's some anime news over there. You should check it out. Definitely, we're trying to build that up as an alternative to some of the other websites out there. But according to Sarah over on Derezzed, Anime Matsuri has created a new dubbing studio with Vic Mignogna. There's a video out there you can watch where they make the announcement. Anime Matsuri held a special live stream on their YouTube channel on Sunday night to announce they created their own dubbing studio. The new dubbing studio started in November 2021, and they already started recording. So apparently, they've been doing this for months. They just haven't said anything about it. Denise and John Lee from Anime Matsuri traveled to Japan to meet up with Nippon Animation for a collaboration. Nippon gave Anime Matsuri 2 anime movies that have never been dubbed in America before. The 2 movies are, let's see, is it Genbanojo and Zip? Shimezo? I don't know. I'm really bad with names. But they're cute. They're like all ages movies. They're described as anime for all ages. Being an ADR director himself, Vic Mignogna was asked by Anime Matsuri to become part of the new dubbing studio over the recent years. Vic has been asked countless times when he will return to voice acting in anime. Well, that depends on whether or not companies like Funimation or Rooster Teeth will have him back. I guarantee you Rooster Teeth is gonna get gone here in the not too distant future because of David Zaslav over at Warner. And Funimation, of course, gobbled up Crunchyroll gobbled up Funimation. They combined forces. And, I think when there's a changing of the guard, I think he'll be allowed to do voice acting again with other companies. But anyway, along with the news of Vic joining the new dubbing studio, Vic, who was a special guest in the live stream, announced he'll be doing voices in 2 of the anime movies and is listed as being the ADR director for both anime. The 2 anime dubs will be premiering live at the 16th annual Anime Matsuri convention on Friday, July 29th at 8 p.m. The second showing will be on Saturday in the theater area of the convention. After the premiere, there will be a question and answer session with the voice actors. Nippon will also be attending the premiere. Vic's reaction to being asked to become part of the new dubbing studio was described as, he just dropped to the floor. When asked what it felt like to be back in the studio, doing more voice recording, Vic answered, I came in to work on Genbanojo with Jacob first. He was behind the console. I went to the booth and put on the headphones. It was the first time I'd done that in probably, 2 years. I teared up a bit. I've been in the anime industry for 20 years. I love it so much. I love working in it. It was a real humbling opportunity to get back into it. This was not a one-off special event. They're working hard to acquire licenses and all the things required in running an anime dubbing studio. This is just the beginning. Having fans to support their work also makes a tremendous difference. It was noted during the stream that technological advances in today's world enables them to have people do voice acting from all over the world. That's actually been going on for a while now. I know with Avatar: The Last Airbender, the kid who played Aang actually lived in Canada, I think, and they built him a studio and they used a satellite to have him kind of work in real time with the other voice actors. If I remember correctly, it was like he was the only one that wasn't in LA. They're like, well, yeah, I'd love the part of Aang, but I live in Canada. And they're like, well, we'll build you a studio in Canada. And I'm glad they did because he was really good. So yeah, there's a video out there on the Anime Matsuri YouTube channel. You can go out there and see it. But yeah, the bigger story here for me is that cancellation is not permanent unless you've actually done something sleazy. Harvey Weinstein obviously should be canceled forever, right? The guy was a creep. But there were so many allegations and so many nebulous stories of people doing this or people doing that. And, you know, when you can't find the proof, same with John Lasseter. Like John Lasseter, the allegation was he hugged people too much. Well, everybody knew he did that. And lots of people that worked with him at Disney and Pixar are still willing to work with him. So basically, cancellation means you might get canceled from one or two companies. But if it turns out you didn't actually do these things, eventually another company will come along and pick you up and you know, dust off your career, and they want to make money, right? It's not working. I think people have seen too many liars, too many people lying for too long, trying deliberately to destroy careers, that it's just not working anymore. I mean, Dave Chappelle, for God's sake, they tried to cancel Dave Chappelle. One guy tried to kill Dave Chappelle on stage. Like, what the hell? He still got nominated for Emmys. This is going to pass. Eventually, again, 3 years, I haven't seen any concrete proof of the things that Vic Mignogna has been accused of. The anime industry is going to realize that he is very bankable, and he's eventually going to be welcomed back to, I believe, the mainstream industry. Might take another couple of years, but again, these companies are going to look at these lines and look at the draw he still is, and look at the fact that there hasn't been any proof, and be like, yeah, you know what? Let's give the guy another chance. Let's give the guy another chance. Let's give him another chance. Let's give other people, you know, Gina Carano, she'll get another chance. Maybe not certain companies don't like her politics, but you know, it's ending. This is ending. So I'm going to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.